Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Brian Suter here with the Suter Company. Here at my second office here at WeWork, Vine Street in Hollywood. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going to differentiate my company is an entrepreneur, leadership, and obviously I'm going to be giving some advice to those aspiring entrepreneurs. Some people are a little confused on how I got my comeback. Some of you guys may have known I was a self-made millionaire. I lost everything. And I had a problem with drugs and alcohol, and I went to rehab. So I totally went from rehab to riches. One of the most important elements in a rehab that I specifically chose had a spiritual element to it. And with that, there was a monstrous transformation that came through as a result of that. It was a spiritual awakening, and there were spiritual principles that I really have taken on. And I'm a firm believer. It's because I'm a proven success story from it, that if you implement some of these strategies that some people may call hogwash, but if you actually follow them to a T, especially certain books like The Secret, which really is the beginning when you go into the book The Magic and go into the book The Power, which really talks about the most powerful there's the most powerful force in the universe, and that's love. And it's so interesting to say that, but when you come through life with just love in your heart, in your intention, you'll find that everything not just works out, but works out monstrously for you. And there's other equations to that. So what I've come to understand is some of my stuff, obviously when I was in my addiction, you are chemically hurting yourself, your mind, you're taking away from what we have is we vibrate on a specific frequency. So when I drink, my frequency lowers. What I've been able to do is clear it out, got spiritual. Now I'm operating on a much higher frequency. My vibrational is like this, it's way higher. So what's that done? What that has done for me, it's allowed me to attract higher frequencies into my life. So when that's happened, one of the highest frequencies or higher frequencies has been prosperity and relationships that come upon that. Other wealthy people and like-minded people, we tend to attract each other. It's interesting how that works. And that's really, a lot of people go, well, how are these people? These people kind of find each other when they're on each other's frequency. They always do. So when I elevated my frequency, I'm now at a higher level. And I've done that through our mind. A lot of people don't give credit enough to the power of the mind. And I found myself, when we talked about my last video about distractions, is I eliminated distractions, got into a peaceful state of mind, added meditation to my daily morning ritual. I don't know if you want to call that, but there was a process to me every morning. I wake up at 3:50 or 3:30 to 4 a.m. every morning. And not only am I meditating, but I'm also hitting the gym. I'm eating an incredible diet. A lot of plant-based, a lot of whole foods. I still have meats, which are a part of my diet. So the spiritual element, there's a couple components I'm going to touch on. And I'm going to talk on two things. Obviously, we hear a lot about gratitude, and it might be getting played out in your head, but I can't emphasize how important it is to be grateful. When you're grateful for something, you'll find that you'll attract more. The best story that I've been able to come up with is, say that you got two friends here, and one friend helps another out. And now the friend's like, whatever, and just takes off, and it just was never grateful. And you're like, that wasn't nice. Then you help out another friend, and you're like, that person's like, thank you so much. And you're like, and you feel in your heart goes, glad I helped that person out. Well, depending on where your spirituality is, whether it be the universe or God, wouldn't you say that God would be very happy and pleased if you're grateful for all the gifts that he gives you each and every day? And if you come out life saying, thank you, God, for everything that you give me, then perhaps he may give you more. That's a simplistic way of thinking how gratitude works. And when I got into a grateful mindset, every morning I write 10 things I'm grateful for, no matter how simple it is. It could be the air I breathe. And then once I got to what I call the tipping point is where I really monitor my thoughts. My thoughts, you can just see it in my spirit in the way I talk to you openly right now. I don't have anything to hold back because my thoughts are pure. So with my pure thoughts, I've reached the tipping point where and it's probably like 60 or 70% of my thoughts are love, are intentions of love. And that can be skewed in different ways, but just as long as my intentions are love and helping others, I do a lot of that now. We have a homeless initiative, and you find not only your intentions, but you actually go into action out of love. That the universe or God per se, whatever you prescribe or whatever your spiritual realm is, you'll find that it will come back on many ways. So that's what I'm going to differentiate myself. A lot of times we could get into the law of attraction, which we will in due time. Some of the other, like Grant Cardone or Gary, you never really hear them talk too much about law of attraction, but they are, and you don't even realize it. Let me explain what I mean. They're talking about law of attraction because they're talking about laser focused. Like, boom, boom, let me get my booklet out, boom, 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 put it on right. They're doing law of attraction. They're just not teaching it. So however you want to define it, their actions and their thinking and their behavior is law of attraction because they're focusing on what they want, and what you focus on, you will get. And the more obsessive you get with that thinking, which is a gift given by many entrepreneurs. Many entrepreneurs are completely obsessive. And it goes into why some of these addicts or alcoholics that had an obsessive mind can now channel that into obsessive positive thinking and obsessive work ethic. If you could channel that in a good way, the success you can get and find is unbelievable. Anyway, we'll get into the spiritual elements in due time, but I want to touch on that because that's something that differentiates the Studer Company the most. Thank you and have a blessed day.